Hi guys, how are you doing? Hey, just a little bit of new material for you this week. I'm going to have you guys do a project where you guys make a little project where you make your own months and seasons. So you write down the seasons of the year, and then you write down the months, and you can make it look however you like. It's that way. Here's another way where they went this way. You just make a little drawing. It can be elaborate or it can be simple. And then put the months out there. So I'm going to teach you what the months are and teach you what the seasons are. The months are really easy. There's 12 of them, as you know. But there's only, the first one's the only one that's kind of hard. So what I do when I show it to you guys in the room is I go down, if you can visualize, close your eyes and let's all return to our classroom. So over there underneath the TV, close to the door that goes to the library, that goes to Mrs. Cushman, but you're not supposed to use that door. If you just imagine me underneath that television, wearing a big mariachi hat, I'm holding tacos for all of you. No, we're not doing that. Just imagine me under there, okay? Just whatever. I'm standing under there, and then I'm going to be going across the room, moving over towards the front door that takes us out to where we get to go home every day. And so as I walk, as I take one step over each time, I'm going to be a different month. But directly underneath the television, hanging there, is a big red arrow that's pointing away from Mrs. Cushman's door, that red door, over to the door that you guys come in and out of. Okay, so there's a big red arrow. There's an arrow there. Okay, so if you will just remember that there's an arrow that pushes all the way across, showing you, what direction we're going to go from left to right. An arrow, that's January. That's enero. Okay, so that's the only one that's hard. All the others are easy. So if you can just remember an arrow points the way to all the others, you'll be good. So January is enero. Everybody say enero. I can't hear you. Enero. Okay. Then February is febrero. Then March is marzo. The Z always makes a hard S sound, so it's marzo. April is a little weird because it's abril. Instead of April, it's abril. May is mayo. I know it looks like mayo, but remember Cinco de Mayo happens in May, right? The 5th of May, the big celebration we have in the United States. It's actually bigger in the United States than it is in Mexico. I'll tell you about it next year if I have you. So Cinco de Mayo is May. And then June is junio, because the J makes that H sound, right? So junio. And then July is julio. And then August, you lose the U, and it's just agosto. And then September, you lose that I after the T, and it's, oh no, you add the I. So you go from September to septiembre. And the October, the O turns to a U, so it's octubre. And then November, you add the I, and it's noviembre. And December, you add the I, and it's diciembre. So let's say them together. Ready? Enero, febrero, marzo, abril, mayo, junio, julio, agosto, septiembre, octubre, noviembre, diciembre. Then when you go through the months of the year, okay, you have las estaciones. That looks like the stations, right? So they're kind of like the stations of the year. If you go to the Catholic Church, they have the stations of the cross. And so each station you move around, and it kind of shows you different things in that story from Jesus. So it's the stations of the cross. It's very important. It was a way that they could teach people things about their religion without them having to read. You just go through the stations, you go around. Well, those stations, we have stations in the year, don't we? We have stations. Every year it goes from spring to summer, and ever goes summer to autumn, and then back to spring, and then to winter. They go in stations, like train stations, okay? So estaciones is the seasons. So la primavera is spring. It's the only one that's feminine. So just imagine this little barefooted girl in a white dress, and everywhere that she's like walking across the nice springtime grass, her toes dig into the dirt, and out behind her come little white flowers start shooting up out of the ground after she tiptoes across there. Okay, la primavera. So if you've ever had pasta primavera at Olive Garden or an Italian restaurant, it's the pasta that has vegetables in it and it's colorful. So that's the only one that's feminine. All the others are going to sound like oh, right? So la primavera is the spring. Then summer is hard to remember, el verano. Autumn is easy. It's el otoño. It sounds like if octubre, and autumn had a baby and they named him otoño. Okay, so otoño is easy, and then winter, invierno, is kind of hard. So remember, la primavera is spring, the girl. El otoño is like autumn and October. And then el verano, summer, and el invierno sound very similar for winter. So just remember, el invierno has two I's in it, the English I's, and there's ice in the winter. So invierno has the ice in it. It has two ice in it, okay? So it's ice for winter. And then el verano is the summer. So let's say them together, right? Going from spring to winter. La primavera, el verano, el otoño, el invierno. One more time. La primavera, el otoño. Oh my goodness, really? Start over. La primavera, el verano, el otoño, el invierno. All right, sorry I goofed up. All right, so you're going to make something that looks sort of like this if you want to, with the spring, with each season being in there with the months that it has. Okay, so you could do something like that, 3 months per. You could make it look like this. Most students usually go kind of this route, doing their paper this way. Or you can go a totally different way. Okay? And to turn it in, just take a picture of it and email it to me. All right? All right, you guys, have a great week. Nos vemos. Bye-bye.